Welcome to a special edition of Mycoware Talks, Modern Chimeras with Carcy Magazine. In December, Mycoware collaborated with Carcy Magazine, a Paris-based publication to launch its 12th issue, Order, Chaos, and Chimeras. Today, we'll be talking about the Carcy and Reishi collaboration. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Xavier Gallego, Creative Director at Mycoware. Today, we are interviewing Stéphane Carcy, the editor-in-chief of his namesake publication, Carcy Magazine. The 12 issues theme is Chimeras, the mythological hybrid of human and animal. Hello, Stéphane. How are you?
Hey, Xavier. All good. Thank you. All good in Paris.
Yeah, well, it's so good to have you here with us today. I'm very excited to talk about Carcy, a little bit about yourself, and also about the collaboration. So I hope that everything is okay with you.
Yeah, sure. I can't wait, actually. It's the first, it's a good exercise for me, and I'm happy to do it with you, actually. And I'm super happy about our collaboration. So ask me whatever you want, and I will do my best.
I don't know if I can ask you whatever I want, but I'll try to do my best to ask you questions that most of the people want to know about. There is a question that I always ask to everybody I interviewed for Mycoware Talks, and it's, when was the first time that you heard the word mycelium?
I'm always interested to create some bridge in terms of what I'm doing in my work, from going from fashion to art or fashion to nature. So it was something that I heard, but never really get into it. So that's why also I was very attractive when we had this possibility to work with you guys.
I still remember the first meeting that we had, and how the spark of creativity quickly, I could see that in your eyes when we were talking about mycelium and the bricks and the reishi material, and you were like, oh my god. It's almost like now that we are around Christmas time, you know. It was I felt like I was giving you a gift, you know. It's like, look at this.
For me to work with new process, it's what is part of my journey and work. It's always, when we start a process about any project, it's about this first meeting, this first contact, which is very important to see how we're going to make something special coming from this is work, which is fantastic. How work can also bring talent and creativity and a new way of ideas, and for me, working as an editor, it's definitely to bring new moment, to bring new expertise, to bring something new, and that's why I was so exciting when we met the first time. I thought we had so much in common, and that we could do something amazing with it.
Yep. Yeah. Likewise. So you were talking about your journey. Could you share a little bit of the highlights of your journey? How do you ended up being the editor of the Carcy Magazine?
I started Carcy when I was 40 years old. I always had this passion for imagery, for fashion, for creativity, but I didn't know how to focus my ideas on something. And I looked at fashion at the moment. It was 10 years ago. It's going to be 10 years next year in 2025. And I couldn't find any of my thoughts or my community or my friend in fashion. It was just before Black Lives Matter or Me Too moment. And I thought it was for me, a good way to express new ideas that I couldn't see. So basically, by example, I start my first issue that was a black big guy naked, shot it from the back. This is a statement. For me, it was also politic. For me, I wanted to represent the people who was not seen. And this has been the journey of Carcy, actually, is to actually represent new technique, people which are relevant to our society today.
So what you were doing resonates a lot because you were making visible the invisible. You were like giving a platform
Yes.
to the things that weren't seen, but you were also curating that platform, and little by little, like what couldn't be seen, or like the things that that you like were liked by more and more people. So we arrive at today, which
Yeah.
if I don't remember, if I remember correctly, is like issue number 12. Is that correct?
Yes.
And and the subject around it is chimeras. So how why chimeras? And what does chimera means for the people that probably doesn't know?
But for me, chimeras is also, chimera has always been like a symbol of rupture, disorder. And chimera for me represent today the emblem of the fluid. It's like an aggregation, a composite of elements like human and non-human, metal or animal. It's like, I think it really shows also those chimera, the world of today. We have to, we're living in a world which is very complicated, or we are like, we fall and rise. It's about like a new beginning. We always have to adapt. And I think for me, chimera is exactly the symbol of that. It's about like a composite of our best from when we was young to like middle age or whatsoever, to adapt again to this world. Chimera is also about be bipolar, like bipolarization is something very huge at the moment with social media. Who are we? I think we are actually, again, a composite of different kind of things, metal, glass, and always been like attractive, like by chimeras. When I was young, like I was very lonely, a child and teenager, I guess like a lot of people. And I did my own culture by movie and art mostly. And like once I went to like a museum, I saw this like amazing bronze sculpture, which it was like an assemblage of a lion, a goat, and a snail. And I was like, oh my God, this is so powerful. And I thought like, but this is me. Something a bit weird that nobody understands, but this is so powerful. And through the years, chimera always been there. I've got a tattoo actually of a chimera in my body, in my leg. And I thought, oh, maybe this chimera thing is so now. And for me, again, it's like, okay, this is the emblem of what actually people are at the moment. We're all beautiful chimeras.
It feels like a pinnacle moment for the magazine, no? It feels like it's a culmination of a lot of years of work, and it represents you very well and the origins of the magazine in certain way.
Yeah, completely. I don't know, completely. It's like it's a recurrent theme also for me, like from day one to and continuing that to embrace all kind of human being, basically.
In the whole like preparation of the issue, and the theme was picked, and then reishi appears, like the material made with fine mycelium. And what was the relationship that you saw between reishi and the chimeras?
But again, reishi for me, it was like, again, another way, another form to everything I just said before, like to create a bridge with and to honor nature in a way, that I never done that. For me, like I try to be like a responsible and ethic person. And for me, again, Carcy treasure every source of any shape and origin. So I thought like reishi, but this is it. This is perfect. And again, talking about chimera, this was amazing to make like, to have an issue about wild animals and to work with reishi, a vegetable made by mycelium leather, because I find it smart and creative.
Let's fast forward to the day that you describe the moment when you got the magazine with the cover.
But it was amazing because again, it's like it's a new material. It's not even leather, like because we don't have the terms. So for me, it's like it was so soft, and it was like a glove, like a vegetable glove, basically made for the magazine. So it makes so much sense, Plus on top the serigraphy that we did about this bestiaire, it was made by Antoine Rodier. So I think it was like, everything makes sense. I don't know. It was perfect because it was like, again, alive. Suddenly the magazine became alive also, When you have all those ingredients, like talent, beautiful people, great theme, and good creativity, it's a success. And again, I'm so glad that we collaborate together, because it's like we create something beautiful.
It is beautiful. I'm so proud about this collaboration. And talking about the collaboration, there's Mycelium Utopia. And it's an interview with photos of the samurai costume by Morgan Schimber. And you took that costume that it's supposed to be in a ballet and used in a theater, and you took it around the city. What was that concept? Like, what were you trying to achieve with that?
Knowing a bit now about Michael works and the way you work, I think again is like making bridge between art and science. Me, I wanted to bring like also the way you create that samurai costume. I wanted to bring it outside and also to take out of context. This is Carcy, always bring stuff out of context and to make it like a new language from it, to see like a new angle from it,
I love how you say this is Carcy. That means this is so me, and it's good to know your origin story. So it's like, yeah, this is Carcy, and it makes sense for the folks that might not have access to the magazine. That there's a character dressed up with a samurai costume made by Morgan Schimber that I mentioned before. It's all made with reishi, but that character is around the city. So he's like drinking a coffee in a terrace, in a coffee, looking at the metro map in Paris, walking around, sitting on a bench, and right next there's an old grandfather, like probably feeding the pigeons. So it's like it's a very you stretch the narrative there, and then something beautiful is created. So it's really nice. So the interview was really cool too, and potentially like I don't want to, because it's an interview to myself and Sophia, but like I want to talk about the other collaborators in the magazine. How do you go through the process of finding the people that will be in each issue, and how did you find the people that went to this one specifically?
This is what I'm very proud of myself. It's just like there's some stuff I don't know so much about it, but I haven't, studied publishing and stuff. But I have to say, again, for me, what is the most important is about to understand what people want to see. For me, it's about flair, and it's about to find the new talent or sometimes the forgot icons and to bring them to life. For me, why I'm doing my magazine, there's some people that do amazing fashion magazine in so many different ways. But for me, it's about to represent what is today. So basically, I find, by example, Iman Friel, which is made this kind of chimeric model made by glass, which is absolutely fabulous. And I find him because he's working with AI, which I think, again, is a new way of working. And AI is very important today. So I wanted to do someone like him to get this idea of chimera in the magazine, and he made it beautifully. For me, it's about exactly to find very democratic way, very like unknown person to like very established like photographer, to create something democratic and to, again, reflect the society and the cultural moment.
Yeah, I like the combination between the creator and the person that brings that creation to life or visualize the creation, so the photographer. And it's very important always to find a good duality between the two players. So let's so we have the magazine, yeah, and you have all the content for the magazine. I think the designers of the magazine are the Le Graphican, if I'm correct. And you have a strong collaboration with them. And I don't know if they've been designing all the magazines, or is there any special relationship with them?
Yes, of course. Oh my God, I love the Graphican. They're my brothers. I think I'm being lucky. While I've said like I choose my closest collaborator, friends or family, we're working like in the best way. Like They work on the graphic design, which is completely the same language of Carcy, which is a lot of copy at the moment. Also, I guess it's a success. When you're able to work with some people, then understand completely what you want and you align with the same aesthetic, it's fantastic. You do a beautiful thing and miracle. And I love them so much. They're very, uh, they're very important for the magazine, of course.
Yeah, I was lucky to meet them, and they're all very knowledgeable. The design is beautiful, the craft, the creativity in the small
Yes.
details. I thought it was like very insightful, and I was very thankful to meet them, because it's, I always appreciate finding creative people, designers,
Completely.
that you can have a good time with. And I saw them at the party, and we were talking how cool everything was. But Stéphane, how cool was the party, the launch
Oh
party?
my God. I'm still in my bubble, and I don't want to get down from that bubble. Once I was young or so, I wanted, I want to open a bar. I wanted to do but I was like, yeah, but I would love a bar, but not sure about the clientele. I want to make sure that I want to serve drinks or to offer drinks or whatsoever to people that I love. But that party, it was like fantastic. The sweetest crowd. It was like so magical. Everybody was so happy. It went smooth. It was like so creative. Beautiful people, beautiful chimeras, beautiful sound. And no. I'm like, and again, it's been like such a long time that I wanted to thanks mostly everybody, and to like, for me, it's very important also to offer love, to offer, to make sure everybody's happy and to embrace our community. And that was the perfect way to just say thank you and to celebrate this beautiful collaboration. Everything went so well. I'm so happy.
I think that people felt the love.
Yeah.
At least I felt it. And also, the crowd was so diverse. And
Yes.
I celebrate that, because sometimes, like coming from the world that we come, you go to a place, it's full of people with the same type of clothing. You go to another one, they like the same type of music. It was like a very interesting mix of every single age and different styles, these different sexual orientations. It was so open-minded that it reminded me to everything that is good in the world right now,
But thank you.
Also,
I
like
felt, yeah.
creatively, I was very visually pleasant, because like I love everything. I'm almost like I take photos with my eyes, and I thought it was aesthetically pleasant. And each performance was such an amazing, iconic moment. Maybe you can share some of the performance that happened during the party, because the people that couldn't be there, but.
Yes, it was again like I didn't want to do a launch with like warm beer and like a magazine in a fucking table, So again, we deserve better, and I want to create like a special moment that everybody's gonna remember. So basically, I try again to have like you said, like which is very representative of the magazine, democratic crowd, democratic also lineup. So basically, I invite like 5 performers plus 2 DJ, going from Bonnie Banan, which is amazing singer, which has got her own very language and beautiful song and character in the industry of music, which is very apart from the rest. It was also like Jenna Marvin and Tata. Jenna, she's amazing performer. She's a refugee politics from Russia who had to leave. She actually a beautiful documentary about her who had to leave Russia because she couldn't leave anymore, because she couldn't be herself and live from her heart. She was arrested to police. She was like, so it was very important to have like Jenna and Tata, who did like amazing chimeric performance. It was also Rivoli, which is like a friend of mine, which is a drag queen, to bring some humor. It was also Flavio, which is also create like a chimeric moment, like arriving as like a warrior made with like assembled armor. in some pieces that he's creating himself in metal, very shiny, with a lot of like sound and noise, and he's transformed himself to kind of a metaphysical god, like vision and something that was like beautiful. And after we have like Julie also Delmont, which is amazing dancer. She was like dancing suspend from the ceiling with chains and turning around. Then no, it was like no, I think it was very special, and I'm very happy about the performance. It was so cool.
Yeah, it was. And some people that are listening are curious. You can check Carcy Magazine Instagram account or Microworks Instagram account, and we publish a video that trying to capture the essence of the party. And I think it's hard because like there were like very famous designers there. There were like the energy inside and outside. It was freezing cold in Paris that day, and everybody was inside, outside, having conversations. I engaged with a lot of people that was very open-minded, and we had like very beautiful creative conversations. So it was magical. So like kudos to you for organizing and
thanks to you.
And happy that I was able to be there. It felt very it felt a place that you have to be, it feels like
completely
one of those parties that you say like, yep, I will remember this one.
No, but completely. And the thing is like also like Flavio was supposed to start the night, and his performance was supposed to, like I wanted to, since it was since like the gallery, like Galerie au Roi, basically it was nothing like on the wall. So basically I asked Flavio to be like, to take the space and to make this chimera ambience from the beginning. But the thing is like at 7 p.m. it was full already. Mm-hmm. So, and the performer was supposed to be 1 hour, and he was just supposed to stand, and doing nothing. So, and everybody was there. So fortunately, like Flavio, like also is very clever and change a little bit the performance, because everybody was there. And it's from 7 to midnight. It was like full, and people coming out from outside, and like drinking and like cigarettes and like dancing, and like no, it's been like fantastic. Yeah,
the issue is now out.
Yeah, mostly it's like independent magazine, so it's more like to like the most cool and niche like place, so from in Paris, basically, is in Paris, Tokyo, is in like OFR, but it's also in New York, it's also in Los Angeles, it's also in Asia. But the most like actually I have to say like the most defined like a bookstore, it's not to like your bookstore in your street or whatsoever. We're still independent, and we still a niche magazine, but yeah, you can find it also online. And and on my Instagram whatsoever.
The best. Highly recommend it if you are into the creative arts and photography and fashion. It's beyond fashion, because I think it's the fashion meets art type of magazine. You've been creative director and working in fashion for a long time for big brands. I don't know if I can mention them, but like you can when you answer. And what is the role of materials like reishi in the fashion industry moving forward?
I think we need to adapt again. We need to work with the new material that will make the best for the planet. So will make also, it's like AI, like reishi for me is a new material that every brand should work with it. I think this is very important to adapt again to our system, and to the new technology. We do amazing thing with new technology, and I think it's also give a different approach of fashion. The way you work with a new product is like. It's like Saint Laurent in the 70s when he started to work with ready to wear, like when he started to work with like material was not like was synthetic material, but also it brings like a different material to the big audience. That's why the ready-to-wear also have been like such a success in the 70s. Before it was like only haute couture. So I think this project, new material like reishi, is a new door also to a new way of wearing, the new way of living. So I think this is crucial today to embrace a new technology and reishi by example.
Wow, you just compare reishi with AI, and I still like processing that. But I like the comparison, and I like the historical moments that you point out. Well, Stéphane, I have the last question, which is what luxury means to you.
But I don't like that word so much, luxury, because like sometimes I find luxury a little bit arrogant or a little bit not relevant. But for me, luxury will be more like knowledge and crafts, basically. And for me, it's about, again, to work, to understand the needs of people, but to also, when I said that, for me, luxury is about to have like a beautiful garment, beautiful craft, made by amazing people, doing like maybe a shoes in 42, 43 for women, to do like amazing like beauty product with the new technology for every ton of colors. Is about to, you know what I mean? It's for me, it's about to understand actually and to propose something amazing to and get the access for everyone. Mm-hmm. For me, that is luxury. It's it's like same as like doing like clothes to your right size. For me, like this is what has been been doing in London, in Savile Row. Like I don't know, it's about like a suit sur mesure. But for me, it's more than that. Luxury. Luxury today is to find like everyone size, color, gender, whatsoever products to the best way made. If face it like correct and quite clear.
I think I got it loud and clear. It's
okay.
It's craft for everybody and inclusive.
So exactly. Like, thank you so much. Yeah, completely.
Well, Stéphane, thank you so much for your time. It was an incredible collaboration. I hope that we inspire a lot of people to be more inclusive, to be more diverse, to be more open, to use materials in their process. And if there's reishi, better. And I hope I can see you and collaborate again soon.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Ciao. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao. Have a great day.
Thank you for tuning in. This podcast was produced by Xavier Gallego and Isabel Nicolai and recorded by Idea Sonora.